Joining us now, former Toronto police detective and platoon commander Wretham. Hi, Ron. Welcome.
Hi, Sandy.
So, give us a sense, of the fact that they're taking a different point of view here. Were you surprised that the defense is going to say that this was a young man who was totally influenced by his older brother?
No, I wasn't, Sandy, because I was here on set for 11 hours the night of the takedown, and we saw how everything unfolded, and so it's pretty hard with the evidence that we saw as the public. It was pretty hard to say that he's not guilty of this horrendous crime. So I'm not that surprised that they have chosen this kind of defense.
Okay. The fact also that the death penalty hangs over his head, do you think that's, certainly something that obviously it's going to weigh in on the defense's position, but also if they show him to be perceived as perhaps a bit of a victim, that they will go with a different type of punishment? Yes,
I think I think you're exactly right there. I think that's the ploy here, is to show that he's somewhat of a victim, which I certainly don't buy. I think it's a very, very lame defense, quite frankly. As children, we learn that we have to be responsible for our own actions. And Sandy, when we look at the totality of this wasn't something that him and his brother did on the spur of the moment. This was well executed, well planned. And so there was many avenues of exit, if you will, for him to tell his older brother that this is not right what we're doing here, and to get out of this. And then also we have to look at what was his reaction after the explosion. He was trying to get away. There was he murdered a police officer. There was a shootout with the police. So, clearly he was, in my mind and from my experience, he was in this and as committed to this as his brother was.
So as you said, you were on set with us the entire night of the takedown of the suspect. And for victims, 3 people died, so they're families of the victims, 260 people injured, and there are those who have sustained horrific injuries that they're going to live with for their entire lives. So in your experience, what is it like for the victims, the whole city, to go through this all over again?
Yeah, it's very difficult for the victims, the city, the state of Massachusetts, the U.S. and globally. We all have a real interest in this because it's an international event, being terrorism, and so it's really difficult for especially for the victims to have to relive this. Some of them have had horrendous injuries. I saw where there's two brothers that were at the scene, and they each lost a leg. Just horrendous lifetime injuries that they now have to relive if they are going to be called as witnesses. So, it's a time when they've had 2 years to sort of put this behind them, and now they have to relive it again. So it's very difficult psychologically for them.
All right. Ron Wretham, always good to talk to you. Appreciate your time and input.
Thank you, Sandy.